Welcome, everybody, to episode 131 of the Bombshell podcast. I'm your host, dkdynamite, with our lovely co-host, Fajardi. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great. You are still muted on the space, but that's all right. There we go.
Got it. Welcome, everybody, to the Twitter space, Bombshell 131, baby. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. But it has been a very crazy last few days with the launch of the final major update inside of Modern Warfare 3. We have Season 6 with the start of the Haunting, right? Unlike the last, 3 Haunting events we got in Call of Duty since MW3, then Cold War and Vanguard, or excuse me, Modern Warfare 2, not Vanguard.
Vanguard, let's go.
I'm like, wait a second, we missed one. Those Haunting updates were considered the mid-season updates for Season 6, whereas this time, the Haunting kickstarted the 6th and final season, considering Black Ops 6 will be out worldwide when week 5 hits of Season 6. So that makes total sense. But how the last few days been for you, man? Pretty busy? Lots of stuff going on with Halloween update?
Oh, yeah, you know. A lot of tweets. I'm sure we're going to get into that, to the coverage there.
Yeah,
a lot of cool things coming up, a lot of cool things that are happening. And, you know, Black Ops 6, the next big update to Call of Duty is going to be Black Ops 6. So, you know, that's a very that's a very, very exciting thing, considering I remember before MW2 even dropped, it's like 2 years of MW, 2 years of Modern Warfare. I was like a wreck when I heard that, because I was like, how are we gonna get there? How are we gonna get to the next Black Ops game? But we made it. We pulled through and got a little bit, you know, bigger along the way. So
Definitely.
everything worked out.
Yeah, no, I think my expectations were certainly blown away. I think the past couple of years with post launch support for Modern Warfare, in particular with the Haunting, though, I will say it is a very different Halloween style update compared to last year. I know some folks were asking me in the comments of some videos like, "Hey, what's going on with boss fights or content similar to the Haunting challenge event we got last year with the Ghoulie camo?" I just want to stress that as of right now, on what is this September? What's the date? September 20th. The Haunting is still not completely out. In the next 2 weeks-ish, we should be looking at Vondel Night, which is not Von Dead from last year. It's a night variant of the Vondel Battle Royale map, which will support Zombies Royale. It will not support Purgatory, which is an LTM currently on Hellspawn, which is the Rebirth Season 6 Haunting map. And we'll circle back to Purgatory in a bit. But yeah, the Haunting is still not completely out, so there could still be other Easter eggs and other types of content in Vondel Night that we'll end up seeing in the coming weeks. But there are also a couple of other challenge events that have not started yet. One of them, I believe, is going to be similar to the Soul Capture Haunting event we got last year, which required us to just pick up souls after killing people. I think we're going to see something similar this year with Candy, though, instead of souls. So that's not starting for another couple of weeks. So there still is a good amount of content left. They just kickstarted the season, though, with everything to do with the Haunting. So we'll jump into that. Thank you so much for that gifted membership. Mojo went ahead and gifted that one, man. Welcome, Ocean View Coffee Shop. What a legend. Welcome to the club, man. Enjoy those new emotes. We got even more on the way. But Mojo actually played a big helping hand in discovering a lot of the new content that did become available on day one. Something we forgot to address last week, which is funny, is in regards to MWZ. So for those like, wait, what's going on with the zombies mode in Modern Warfare 3? What Haunting updates did that mode get? So unfortunately, MWZ didn't get anything new, right? Remember that leaked PvP mode? That isn't actually happening. It must have gotten scrapped a long time ago. What do you think? Do you think there's a chance that that pops up randomly, or is that just dead forever? I'm saying it's dead, but what would you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely saying it's dead. I think Season 6 probably would have been the time to do it. Didn't do it. They could have had some sort of MWZ-esque, or sorry, some DMZ-esque like boss mode that they had last year. Have not, did not decide to do that. I wonder what the reason was for that. But yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see that. Very sad.
Yeah, so Zombies did, however, get a celebration type update, which I believe schematics now cool down twice as fast, and sigils are not required to get into the Dark Ether Rifts. So if you have those unlocked after you've done the quest with the artifacts to get into those rifts, you don't need a sigil or an Elder Sigil to actually get in and get content done. So that's the most that MWZ got, just to be clear. But what's also really interesting is today I saw a couple of emails being tweeted out. Apparently people that haven't really played Call of Duty or Warzone much in the last few months are getting free battle passes for Season 6. What are your thoughts on that one? Because that's massive considering we have a licensed crossover in this battle pass. We have Michael Myers, which we'll also break down in a second. But isn't that pretty surprising? Like, I can't remember a time when they've done something like that, like a free battle pass via email just randomly for people that haven't played.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too. I don't think they've ever actually done that, period, for battle passes, and that's very weird considering it's like a crossover one, right? So you'd think that they, I'd understand if it was like maybe the Season 4 one or the Season 1 battle pass, but this one had a crossover in it. Michael Myers, a massive crossover IP, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Seeing them give away that for free just to to sort of get some players back that maybe haven't played in a few weeks, is something I didn't think they would ever do. But then again, it's cool. Hopefully that makes the people come back and play. I know I would have loved a free code email to me,
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's pretty cool that they went ahead and did this. I mean, that's great for those that, again, haven't played, but maybe just want Michael Myers because they want to have that unlocked forever in Warzone. Let's address the elephant in the room, though, when it comes to the Michael operator. So we were waiting for a Black Cell reveal for Season 6 because they teased the Alone operator. That's the exclusive character you get which is that.
which is awesome.
Yeah, and you said it was a
That one's
combination of
amazing.
like, was it Soap, Gaz, and who else? Price?
Soap, Gaz, Price, and yeah,
They just,
Soap, Ghost, Gaz, Price. It's a
yeah,
mixture of like all of them.
it's crazy though too because they get turned into this like amalgam looking monster similar to that new boss coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies. It looks crazy,
I
but
think
yeah,
someone had a good idea about this operator, and I'm sorry to bring you off topic from the Michael
no,
Myers thing, but
go
someone
ahead.
had a really good idea for this operator that it would be like, it would have like the head of Soap or maybe Gaz on it, right? And then it would like mix voice lines from all three of them into one operator.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
that
that,
would have been cool.
or from all 141. I think that'd be really awesome, but they didn't do that. Anyway,
That's
Michael
pretty.
Myers.
Yeah, no, the Black Soul offering really took us by surprise because the
Hmm.
little roadmap dropped a couple of days ago, and we're like, okay, cool. What's going on with Black Cell Michael? What does he look like? Because we were speculating for days, like, could it be like an all black jumpsuit, gold mask, or could it just be an alternate look from a different movie? And I'm gonna guess what happened here is because this happens all the time, I think, with licensed collaborations across different games. Maybe they weren't able to really modify his look that much. And
Yeah,
the most Activision was able to do is say, hey, let's just color swap the engineer jumpsuit. That's all we could do. Can't touch the mask, can't do anything else, which I understand if, the owners of, let's say, Michael are like, hey, I can't remember which company owns the rights to Halloween anymore. I've lost track already. But I can understand if they're like, yeah, we don't want the look of Michael to be changed where it's like a glowing gold, rainbow, colorful outfit or mask. I can
yeah.
understand that. But I am surprised that maybe the green light wasn't given to, let's say, do the hospital gown Michael or the Halloween kills burned mask look or even like the
Mhm.
Rob Zombie creepy look with half the mask ripped off. I mean, they could have maybe done an alternate look for him. But either way, black and gold really isn't the theme of Black Cell this season. And
Which is good.
Michael Myers is Michael Myers. I mean, everyone's happy. There is a kitchen knife blueprint for the combat knife as well. So I think fans definitely appreciated that. But yeah, any surprises with the Black Cell Michael? What do you think about that? Like, I was pretty surprised that they didn't maybe do a little bit more with that. But I mean, hey, it's it's still Michael in game, so we'll take it.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I can't say I'm necessarily like I didn't see something like that coming, but I mean, for example, Spawn. Spawn got the full treatment. It got the like
exactly.
obviously that
Right.
whole battle pass was Spawn themed, right? You had operators kind of wearing the Spawn mask, villains and other characters from the Spawn IP appearing as operator skins. That one was kind of like full. So, Todd McFarlane, he's like, you know what? Just have fun. Just go do whatever you want. Put them on every gun. Like, go do it. But I think when it comes to Michael Myers, obviously we've seen this with Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight has received like 0 skins for Michael Myers. Um, then again, it did get it back in 2016 when I think it was either right before or during when all the rights were still screwed up with Halloween. But um, yeah, there's a lot they could have done with that, but you know, I guess it's all right. I kind of don't. I kind of I remember I caught next week. I actually mentioned this. To sort of make the crossover operator skins in battle passes, not like just black and gold, just give an alternate look
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah. I like
So
that.
maybe it's my fault that I brought that up to somebody that could have went and told somebody because I brought that up to somebody who could totally go and tell people about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure it's just a rights issue. They didn't want the black and gold or whatever. Even then, it would have been kind of cool to have the black and white Michael.
Oh, like a
Um,
grayscale, cell shaded, kind
well, yeah,
of
because that's
kind of
that's
look.
what the
Yeah,
theme
yeah.
of this. That's what it was. This entire this season already. I think that would have been cool. But or even just a bloody mask or anything. But they
Right,
they didn't
right.
want to do it. So
Yeah, no,
who knows?
I feel you on that one. What's also really interesting is the map offering, right, for season 6. So I have to say, first off, the drive-through map is an absolute blast. I mean,
Yep.
if you want to jump into the Easter egg real quick, the Sledgehammer tweeted out. I thought that was a lot of fun to go ahead and figure out with the boys a couple of days ago after Sledgehammer went ahead and teased it.
Yeah, so I find it funny that Sledgehammer usually puts out these tweets, like, for example, the Operation Tin Man one back in season 2, I believe.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
They put up this tweet that's just like an ambient sort of moving, like, video of a map and just with the caption, and no one ever thinks anything of it. No one ever, everyone's just like, oh, they're just marketing their new map or whatever. But for Operation Tin Man, you had the ray gun that you could find inside of the glass case outside of the map that you could get and bring back in and use. So that was very cool. I'm pretty sure that you guys were the first to find that as well. I wasn't in game for that. I was at your house during that. But I
Oh,
think
right. Yeah, season 2. Yeah.
yeah, but you guys were the first to find that, right?
I believe we were. Yeah, I believe we were. I remember the teaser. So the teaser had like an audio clip of a ray gun being shot. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. And then we're like, okay, it was teasing this particular window in the war map. So we got into the war map, mantled on these objects, jumped into that room, and a ray gun was sitting there. And funny enough, if you go into, I think it was a private match of that war map, were you able to do that? I don't remember, but I remember there was a war machine sitting there.
Yeah,
but then
it was a war machine. Yeah,
but then in pubs there was a literal ray gun. I think that's still there to this day, which is crazy. So they tweeted out a clip of the little carousel in the restaurant on the new drive-through map, and they say grab a few friends and take the carousel for a spin at Freddy's Fried Fun. There's a duck emoji in the tweet, and that's important. So we get into a private match. Hey, go ahead,
So I saw this tweet go out, and initially I thought like, okay, just another marketing tweet, because I was too busy with everything else, right? They tweeted this out while I was still, making thumbnails or in tweeting videos or whatever, right? So I look back at the tweet and I'm like, oh, they're teasing an Easter egg again. And I remember I joined VC with the boys, and I was like, the first thing I said was, we got to get 4 people. We got to go on each of the carousel things, and something's gonna happen. That has to be what they're teasing here, right?
right.
We go in game. We do it. Boom! Confetti falls. We're like, oh my god, we found it. So I put that tweet out, and just with the confetti, and I post it underneath Sledgehammer's tweet on their teaser tweet, and Sledgehammer replies being the actual Sledgehammer account replied saying, you forgot to look outside or something along those lines. And I'm like, no, dude, because we were looking around. We tried to look for something. We couldn't find anything.
We didn't see it.
So we went back in, and then we did it again. Confetti falls, whatever. And then it was a big duck on the roof. The French fries turns into a big rubber ducky with a clown mask on the roof, which is fun. It's a fun Easter egg. It's awesome. It's really fun.
So something very easy to miss, right? Like, pay attention to the French fry sign on top of the restaurant, do the Easter egg, get a duck with a clown mask after that. I think that's really cool. Like, neat stuff like that. I live for stuff like that. I mean, I absolutely love when multiplayer maps have little Easter eggs, because you always think about, okay, what would it be like if we trigger this live in pubs to like surprise the other real players that are going against us. I mean, I love stuff like that. I mean, I think the MW19 gunfight maps did a great job with this. Hoping to see Black Ops 6 kind of incorporate little discoverables and whatnot within upcoming multiplayer experiences. But drive-through plays cool. It's a nice map. Mad Cow is a reskin of Meat, which actually looks pretty impressive. I think it's a perfect Halloween themed map altogether. What's also, I think, interesting is, and correct me if I'm wrong with this one, all of these shipment variants are live right now via private match. Are all of them in pubs, though? I don't know if they're all in pubs as of now. Maybe they're there.
I went and I checked yesterday, and there was... I checked the small map mosh pit. I checked everything, hardcore, core. They are not available in the actual public matches yet, the public playlist, but they are available in the private matches, because they did add all the map variants, which is awesome. That's something that MW2 I think should have done. I don't think MW2 did that. The variants, did they keep the variants?
I don't believe that was the case, because I was looking at the patch notes for this season, and they're like, "Hey, here's every vortex and map variant in private matches." I'm like, "Holy crap, awesome. Dude, everything's there." I wish Get High would be thrown in there too if you could run it with friends.
That'd be awesome.
That's one thing that I kind of guessed a little bit on a few months ago. I was like, oh, maybe we'll get one last Get High parkour map for the haunting Halloween themed and whatnot. We did get like a Get High shipment variant, which is still cool, close enough, but I'm sure they'll end up bringing that back.
Amazing. I think for the amount of shit that I think Sledgehammer got for adding 5, I mean technically 6 shipment variants in one update, because you're counting the Warzone Island on Rebirth, but if you hop into these shipments, like they're all really good. They they don't even really feel like shipment.
Yeah,
They're that drastically different.
oh yeah, 100%.
Um,
Like Ghost Ship looks great too. That's another perfectly like Halloween
oh
themed
yeah,
shipment
Go
variant.
Ghost Ship's amazing. Arena Shipment is cool. The Sunny Shipment has its place because people always ask for Sunny Shipment. Bitment I think is the weakest one out of all of them, but the Stay High one is also really really good.
Yeah, no,
They're all
that's
really good.
definitely a nice surprise to see. Dom Daniels, thank you in chat, also said Ghost Ship's the only one in pubs as
Yeah.
of now. So yeah, I'm sure, there's a couple more playlist updates left. There's a few more Wednesdays left of the season. It's only a 4-week type season content-wise. Obviously, season 6 will still be active until season 1 starts of BO6 in later November. They confirmed the dual wield reclaimers that we were talking about last week, which are unfortunately very underpowered, just kind of unusable in most modes. They got a big buff. They actually, I think, will be something people want to use now, which is great. There's so many damn amps and weapons to experiment with, which is crazy.
The thing about that, I put out a tweet this morning of it. I'm not sure if you have that tweet pulled up, but I put out a tweet this morning of the Akimbo Spas 12s. They've been secretly buffed. And a lot of people in the comments are being like, "Well, they didn't buff them. They just fixed them because they're broken before." And it's like everyone's saying it's a buff. Because I don't know.
Right.
I genuinely don't think that was I genuinely think it was intentional for them to have slow fire rates so people wouldn't complain. I think that's
because
I
they
think
didn't
that's why
want
they did
to.
that.
Yeah, I think they wanted to prevent another like Lockwood amp situation again, which are still very good, by the way. I still use those, a lot, and they're amazing. And I was using those instead of the Reclaimer amps last week just to have fun with like dual wield shotgun type weapons. But no, I do think it was an intentional buff a couple of days ago. Now, speaking of buffs, let's actually jump into a few different ones. The DTIR battle rifle and the cast-off LSW LMG, the two new and final ranged weapons for Modern Warfare 3. They're in the Season 6 Battle Pass. Both are phenomenal. I'm very happy with both of them. Somebody found a demonic meta loadout for the DTIR, which gave people zero. When I tell you zero, chat, I'm not exaggerating. Zero recoil. Now, about less than 24 hours after the season started, what happened?
So the gun was amazing. Everyone's loving it. Everyone's like, finally, there's a new meta shift or whatever. And then a day later, on yesterday, they nerfed it completely into the ground, which it's still viable though. It's still the best gun, which is good. For the meta right now, it's still definitely usable. I've been in Warzone since the patch, and it is still really good. But yeah, they added it, and then it was good, and then they just kind of, really they nerfed it within a day.
Yeah, they're still going to be good, but I would have hoped that maybe just keep those weapons broken for a few weeks. You want to nerf it like before week 4 hits of season 6, then fine. But it is what it is. Can't really do nothing about it.
The cast of LSW has the chainsaw, the crossbar attachment, which is really cool.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Definitely
that if you put that thing in tag stance, that has crazy movement speed. It's unreal. It's insanely fun. I've been running it as my SMG in Warzone.
Oh yeah, that's
awesome.
It could definitely be used that way. But we also have the rocket sniper aftermarket part for the Cat AMR. This one also is just it seems like one of those weapons from the arcade playlist and multiplayer. It's just such a fun weapon to use. I mean, kind of a slow fire rate. I mean, it'll probably take out all the enemy's armor if using it in Warzone right away with one shot. Could even down them, I think, if they're a little weak. But in MP, it's an absolute monster. It's just something fun. Like, that's what the amps are all about, just something fun. There's sadly only a couple of amps left. Like I said earlier, it's a 4-week type season. So we have the Cat AMR conversion kit this week. Next week, so a couple days from now, we're going to be looking at what I believe is the MX Guardian amp. Which is the Jack Salvo, I believe, and then
that's the Lance.
Is that I'm sorry, the Jack Lance.
The Salvo's the rocket. The Salvo's the rocket sniper.
The Salvo's already out, right? The Jack Lance is the MX Guardian one, which is pretty much like the Cell 3 from Advanced Warfare. It is just like that Wonder Weapon. If you guys are familiar with Exo Zombies, so that's a lot of fun. But then I believe it's week 3. They're doing a blueprint. Which I kind of find it funny that they've changed the amp schedule a little bit, or the weekly challenge system a little bit. Last season, week 7 gave us a blueprint, and week 8 was the dual wield reclaimers.
Very weird.
Which is weird. Usually week 8 is a blueprint, and then you get the camo if you've done all 8 weeks worth of challenges. This time for season 6, same kind of deal. Week 3 is a blueprint, and then week 4 to close it all out will be the amp for the Storm Ender. Is that the Jack Vault Storm, I believe it's called? And
Yep.
I was thinking about this. I was thinking about, it's, the way they describe it in the blog post, it kind of like chains through enemies when you shoot the lightning at them. I'm like, it's a Wonder Waff. And you're like, hold on, wait, it's like a Tempest from Black Ops. I'm like, holy crap, yeah, that's exactly what it is. So pretty cool amp still on the way to kind of close out the Modern Warfare 3 life cycle. Again, there's gonna be folks that are like, oh, what about week 5, week 6? None of that's happening because Black Ops 6 will be out and they want all focus on that game. They're not gonna have anybody, they're not gonna have any content dropping inside of MW3 anymore. But also on the topic of buffs for a second, something that also took me by surprise when reading the patch notes was the overhaul to Orion. That's something that just kind of came out of nowhere and just kind of, it kind of sets in stone the idea that, yeah, this is the end of Modern Warfare for the time being. One last hurrah, one last big list of weapon balancing updates. And what do you know? The Mastery camo from last year's COD, which carries forward to this game, only on MW2 weapons, it got a big buff. I mean, it's brighter, it moves faster. It just is a significantly better camo now. And I think now I can officially say I like this better than Polyatomic. For the last year, I've been saying, hey, Polyatomic to me was better than Orion. That's been my opinion the whole time. What do you think about the Orion change, though? I think this is brilliant. It looks so much better. It's great.
We've heard time and time again Orion getting updated, and making the animation faster, or maybe changing the pattern a little bit. I think they've updated that camo probably more times than really any Mastery camo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like because they even did it in MW2. They made the animation faster. They adjusted it, and it was still not enough. And I think now this update finally justifies it being called an updated camo because it is night and day.
Literally night and day.
Different. It is night and day how different and how much better the camo is now. And now it's like, before I kind of just did it for XP anyway during MW2. Like it gave me something to do. I didn't really care. I probably more care about running Polyatomic, but yeah, I'm sure you have that tweet or whatever pulled up.
Oh, the comparison. Oh yeah, the comparison.
The comparison tweet. Yeah, I threw that together very quickly using the TAC 56 in MW3 currently on Tokyo, and then on in MW2 on the Lighthouse map.
Very good map to do that. Yeah,
and yeah, both dark settings, both and you can see that the camo it now like it's glowing. It removed all the weird brown dust cloud stuff from it, and now it's like a really good camo. I think it's really good now.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. I think this is a much needed change. I mean, every final master camo should look just as good. So I would not be surprised 100%. If some BO6 master camos even get some.
Well, I think
we get some changes in the near future. People aren't happy.
I think. I think with Black Ops 6 especially, that might be a little more difficult because I think for certain the zombies one is going to get adjusted because I feel like people are not feeling that. People aren't feeling the Afterlife. I see a lot of comments about people saying how Afterlife kind of just looks like a knockoff version of it. Like it doesn't really look that good. I personally don't think the Afterlife camo looks that good in Black Ops 6. That's the Polyatomic diamond. It's the Polyatomic set of camos, if you know what I mean, before you get the final mastery.
Right. That's like the third in line before the final. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I think those ones are. I think the Afterlife one's definitely gonna get updated, but I think it's crazy in terms of MW3's sake, where there's a lot of camos you could earn for free for way less time that are way better than Interstellar and Borealis. We were seeing it just with this update with the cloud watching camo.
Oh yeah.
That camo is literally insane, and it's for completing a challenge event. Like
exactly,
unreal.
Exactly. And we will circle back to the cloud watching camo. I do want to say real quick before I forget. I know you just tweeted this out a little while ago, ladies and gentlemen. Control Freak did announce they have brought back and restocked the Deadshot Daiquiri Control Freaks, which I think is great. I actually have it right here.
You do? That can's awesome. I really like that.
Yeah, I actually have it right here. The Deadshot Daiquiri Control Freaks came out of nowhere. Like, when was this? This was what was it? In June? It was definitely a few months ago. Out of nowhere, I'm like, they weren't tied to Black Ops 6 or MW3 or anything, really. I mean, Deadshot isn't MW3, so I guess it works. It's a relevant perk.
It's an MW3 promotion. Yeah.
Is it actually? Okay, it's an MW3 promotion. I'm like, came out of nowhere. I'm like, hey, definitely a nice surprise. You got the Deadshot can. You can take off the top, and the thumbsticks look great on just about any controller. Very cool. So pick those up while they're still available. I think the emails that we all got today say limited restock. So they're probably going to sell quick again. So definitely be on the lookout, chat, for those thumbsticks. But I'm sure in the next like couple weeks they're going to announce some Black Ops 6 sticks as well. I don't know anything about them, but that'll also be great. You can use code Dynamite to save 10% off any order on Control Freak, including for any of the Call of Duty editions, right? That is code Dynamite for 10% off. If any other promos do happen, I'll let you guys know. But speaking of packages and promos and whatnot, there's two packages I want to go through here in today's episode. The first one's a bit of a smaller one, but was definitely a nice surprise and kind of brought a tear to my eye a little bit when I read it. I'm like, oh, man. So it was, I think, while I was live on stream with the Haunting a few days ago, in the mail, a poster came. And it's a very nice, like, is this a loading screen in game at all from any of the bundles? I really wonder. This is a beautiful piece of art right here.
I'm jealous of that. I want that poster really bad.
It's sick, dude. I mean, you got the licensed crossovers emphasized there. Michael Myers, Terrifier. I need to watch Terrifier. I haven't seen the movie. I think a third one just got announced as well. The second one came out or is about to come out.
The fourth one.
I'm sorry.
Got announced.
Wow. Okay. A fourth one got announced. Yeah. And the third one's just coming out this month, I think, or in October. Daryl Dixon towards what is it? Yeah, Daryl Dixon right there. You got Bubby, by the way.
Daryl Dixon's in it?
Yeah. Am I looking at him? Yeah. Hold on. I just dropped it. Looking at this correctly? Yeah. I'm sorry. That's Valeria. My bad. That's Valeria.
Oh my God. I got baited.
Yeah, you both got baited. No, you got Valeria from with the smile look, and then we have Bubby, who's an operator for, I think is it Riptide or Ripper or
Riptide? Yeah,
Riptide. Yeah.
Riptide.
Bubby is in the battle pass. So I'm like, if anybody's a fan of Advanced Warfare or just Bubby in general from Burger Town, I know you could all see him in Forsaken from Cold War Zombies. Battle Pass is like a must. And then you could all see, the Trick or Treat, another movie I haven't seen. I think a second one's coming out or has come out already. I have to catch up on my my horror movie icons. And then again, you could see that one of the craziest operator skins, I think, it's like a clown holding another operator. What is the hitbox like on that skin? That's what I want to know. What is the hitbox like on an operator like that?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
There's a lot of really weird hitboxes this season, especially with the triple head ghost. That's
ridiculous, dude. Yeah, I love it.
That clown one's that clown one's hilarious because it's like the viral like alien, the alien costume thing where it's like the aliens abducting you.
Right. Yeah, no, I looked at this note that was in the poster package and chat. I'm like, oh, it's sad to read this, dude, because MW3 was a crazy fun year for content. As a creator, it was just an absolute blast going through all the updates with you guys and posting as much coverage as possible. Love discussing the game here on the podcast. You guys seem to appreciate it. The note says, Thank you for being a part of the MW3 journey. Please enjoy this small token of appreciation for being a part of the journey. We hope you enjoy playing the upcoming Season 6 content, The Haunting. So it's a nice little farewell to the current Call of Duty. So this pretty much is like the last podcast really diving deep into Modern Warfare 3, because at this point forward, it'll be some guest-centric episodes that we have planned before the release of Black Ops 6. And there'll be like little updates along the way, which we'll jump into a little bit later. But that is pretty much the I think the final mailer for MW3 as of this season. But jumping into Purgatory now, quite literally Purgatory inside of Rebirth, right? So Rebirth got a new map variant called Hellspawn, and I think a lot of us kind of misinterpreted from the blog post last week what this update was all about, right? I know you had mentioned it. Yeah. We talked about it a bit last week and off screen. It's supposed to be a sandbox type mode coming to Rebirth, and we're like, what does that really mean? And we jump into Purgatory as of a few days ago, and we're like, holy crap, dude. As far as how this works, you're in like a 2-hour match. This is the longest Warzone mode we've ever really seen. I mean, think about it. There's a 2-hour timer, and we'll jump into like the challenges and the camo unlocks in a second, but there's a 2-hour timer, and people could join in kind of at any point during the match. People don't typically stay in for the full 2 hours. You're looking at like, 10, 20, 30 minutes. You have people backing out, new people joining in. It's just like an endless server, which is crazy, right? It's almost like what I think MWZ almost should have been, right? I know there's a storm for a reason, but it could have been cool if those matches lasted like 2 hours or something. And I almost wish the Haunting from last year lasted this long or had a duration that was close to 2 hours, so you had enough time to get through the bosses and the Easter eggs without worrying about the gas storm coming in, you know what I mean? And inside of this Purgatory mode, you have quite a bit you can do. I mean, there's torment levels, which as they go up, right? I don't really know what happens with torment levels 1 through 4. I know when you get to level 5, you're marked as like the big bounty, which makes it crazy fun. Everybody starts pushing you. But you go up torment levels by just getting kills, sweating, and even killing AI without dying. Welcome back, DMZ, by the way. The mercs from DMZ are back inside of this mode. You can get your torment levels up. If you don't die, you just keep the same level, and then you can just keep going higher and higher until you hit a cap of 5. Hit level 5, and you'll go ahead and be marked as like the big bounty, which is cool. But the map is completely redone. There's portals you can go through. There's jump pads as if it's zombies. There's a lot going on. There's zombie mercs that also walk around apart from the actual soldiers that can shoot you. What was it? The heli commander from DMZ? What was that guy's name? I don't remember. Is also just flying around like in a gunship. You remember that one? I think it was in DMZ, right? In Al Mazrah.
I forget at this point.
It's also like it's all something you'll run across. And then there's the safe zones. And I'm like, welcome back, World War II 2017 headquarters. You go into these safe zones. Yeah, you can commend other operators, friendly or not. And when you're in these safe zones, you go into third person. You cannot be damaged. You cannot kill other enemies. It's just what it's called, the safe zone. And I think that's crazy fun because you can go up to a safe zone with another enemy. If you both step out at the same time, then you can start shooting, then run back in and play it up. And, it's crazy, man. The opportunities for fun gameplay and gunfights through this mode are absolutely phenomenal. And then, of course, I did not forget the flying shipment. Dude, you posted the clip that I recorded on stream. I know that went viral. It was insane. If you want to talk about that for a second, because that was so funny seeing Taco pilot the shipment island, which is floating around Rebirth. What are your thoughts on that one? Because that was unexpected to see.
Well, yeah. Well, first there was the actual clip, the first one where it was you just jumping in and driving it yourself.
Yeah.
That one hit 12,000 likes, over 1.5 million impressions. That went viral. I Sledgehammer retweeted it. I had a whole bunch of outlets reach out via DM asking if they can use it to post on their pages. I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead, just credit, whatever.
Yeah.
DTND worldwide. But the second clip I posted where it was like the flip one, the 2 POVs. That one still got like 3,000 likes. So still a hilarious and funny clip. But yeah, I remember. You can literally go back to last week's podcast. I say on the podcast, I was like, get a clip of the shipment. That's what I want to do. I want to get a clip of the shipment, and then what do you know? It's like one of the most viral tweets I've ever had. So, in terms of people reposting it and talking about it. So
for sure,
for sure. That was a really cool update that I think a lot of people also missed out on in the blog post.
Oh yeah.
Because it just said it was a drivable shipment, but I thought that just meant you could drive like an ATV on it, which technically you still can. But yeah, and there was I appreciate all the support on those clips. I think it's this is the 6th variant of shipment this season.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of shipment, and it's fun because you're playing Warzone, but in that small multiplayer like shipment space. So it's definitely crazy up there because. It's not that easy to get up there, first of all. You can fly a helicopter up there if you want, but it's easier to just die, respawn, drop on it. But, you could flip the damn island when you're controlling it, which kicks everybody off, which is by far hilarious. It's one of the most hilarious updates. Yeah, I mean, there's that. And then you could hold it down. You could just hold down the fort, stay up there. You could get 1,000 kills if you want. You got 2 hours. You can do whatever you got to do. You could buy jugs in the buy station for like 40K. I don't think you could bring the jug up there though, unless you can get on a chopper with the jug and you could get flown up there maybe. But there's also scare packages, right? And there's a chance when you open up a scare package, it'll instantly put you at torment level 5, or your whole team at least.
Really?
And then, yeah, it's like it's RNG, right? What you're going to get from the scare packages. We will touch on those again in a bit because there's something in there I think hasn't been discovered, but we'll get back to that. But yeah, trick or treat. You can get a bunch of things, kill streaks, fun loot, whatever from these scare packages. It's great. But when you hit torment level 5, you're marked for the whole map. If you go ahead and survive for 5 minutes without dying while at torment level 5, because things get tough, believe me, chat, things get tough, you will unlock the Gore Cannon secret blueprint for the RAL MG. And it's actually a pretty impressive looking skin, very detailed, no tracers, but it looks nice. It's a cool looking skin. Yeah. I know there's different strats with how to get torment level 5 fast. Obviously, if you're in a good lobby and you're with a team that's watching your back, you could just take everybody out, keep killing mercs, and then, kill some real people, camp the water tower, camp the shipment island, whatever you got to do to get torment level 5, go ahead and do that. And then it's a trick of like, hey, survive for 5 minutes. I mean, if you just get in a jug suit at torment level 5, then you're probably just going to survive that way. You actually gain health as a jug as you get kills, so you can get, health back that way. But The blue,
Really? I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah. I don't know. That
I
was
haven't played the purgatory mode yet. I've
okay.
yet to
Okay.
hop in,
Yeah,
so
that was
I've been too busy.
no, I know for sure, but I sent you as much footage as possible while streaming,
Yeah.
which is also a challenge too. You know, upload speed getting divided with the stream, with uploading on Discord. So luckily we managed to get that done. But the blueprint, yeah, it's for an LMG. It has some pretty cool attachments. Looks nice. Haven't really messed with too many camos on it just yet. But I love hidden rewards. I love, secret blueprints. I love just figuring things out live on stream with chat. It's always an absolute blast. I know the team I detonated, as a reminder, chat, Bombshell is powered by Detonated. The team was hard at work all week getting articles updated. Fajardi was killing it with the Twitter as per usual. There was a lot going on.
Yep.
But that's the blueprint you can get. Then what was also really interesting was the fact that a bunch of hidden challenges started getting discovered while playing Purgatory. And I was taking notes as we were figuring them out. People in chat were letting us know what they found on Reddit and on Twitter and whatnot. Then the event tab got updated, which was great, by the way. I think that was awesome that they let us, see exactly what the challenges were, what the rewards were for doing those challenges. And yeah, what were we gonna say?
Which I believe that should have been added. That should have been like on launch, that event tab, but I think it went out a little bit late because there's no reason for that not have been launching with the season, to see the challenges for Purgatory. So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, a lot of people were confused. But
Oh yeah,
the reward is amazing, and the rewards in that event are actually amazing. I think there's two animated camos.
Yep.
And then you obviously have the cloud watching one. I know the red one is animated, but I'm not sure if the other one is. But anyway, camos galore.
Camos galore. Oh my god, dude. I am surprised because I believe, based on what the blog post said a few days ago, we were all under the impression that Rebirth or Hellspawn, Purgatory, that wasn't coming out for another couple weeks. We thought like Vondel Knight was kicking off the season. And that actually wasn't the case. It was the opposite. So I think there was like a typo in the blog about like when things are coming out. Not a big deal. I mean, happy to see that Rebirth and Purgatory went live first. The event tab got updated. We were able to, then track and see what the challenges were as a part of Purgatory, which I think is great. Either way, we were going to figure them out as a community. We would have, got a whole list together, got the article updated on that. But the challenges are actually pretty damn cool. I'd say just about all of them are pretty straightforward. They just require you to just play the game, right? And my mouse wants to freaking work. I guess it's not. Pull up the list on my phone. One of the challenges is reach torment level 2. Pretty straightforward. And again, you get what is that? You get a animated emblem for doing that one, which is solid. Appreciate all the love on the video, by the way, Chay. You guys are crushing it on the support of that walkthrough of every challenge. They also want you to spend 5 minutes outside safe zones. So I think that's one without dying or without killing anybody. So for that one, you're going to also get, I think it's an animated emblem for that. Commend 5 operators. Go ahead and just go into those safe zones and just hit commend on different people. Definitely a lot of fun. Get 5 kills in a vehicle. That one also isn't that bad. I think it's easier to just have a teammate drive for you, and then you could just, lean out, shoot, get the kill that way, or you can run them over if you want. Whatever's easier for you guys. Get 50 mercenary kills while in a vehicle, I believe. So just go ahead and run them over, or lean out and shoot them. That also works. Teleport 15 times, not bad. They're going to want you to go ahead and use those portals that are found around Rebirth. There's about 5 of them, I think. Not too many. But again, for a lot of these challenges, you're getting charms, calling cards, emblems. But then you get some of the crazier ones, right? Fly the shipment island. Super easy. Just get to that island. Take control of the helm, as it says. And then towards some of the crazy ones now, get 3 kills with the Terra Ball. That one, I think, really frustrated a lot of people in the community because you're looking at a lot of RNG. It was very frustrating on stream. We were raging. We were talking crap. It was a good time, though. It wasn't anything toxic, but we were going crazy with that challenge, though, because we're like, dude, you not only have to find the Terra Balls, because there's a good amount of them on the map, right? They're all over the place. I think when you spawn in, there's one guaranteed on the roof, one guaranteed like by one of the safe zones, one at the control center, whatever. They're around. You're hoping that not only do you not accidentally hurt yourself, because it could damage you and your friends instantly. Like if you just touch it, you're dead. Like the friendly fire is insane. The hitbox is wild on it. You got to be careful with that, let alone waiting for other real people to come near the Terra Ball so you can not only down them with the ball, preferably down them with your weapon. You have to finish them with the ball. So I wish it would have been a case where, like, if you down them with the ball and shoot them to finish them, it would work. Sadly, it doesn't work that way. You have to down them with a weapon and then finish them with the ball. It's pretty much impossible to down them and kill them with the ball because you have to, that means hit the ball twice. And everyone has a guaranteed self-revive, I believe, in this mode. So things get very, very frustrating with that ball challenge. The safest way to do it, I think, is get the ball into like an enclosed space. If you're tournament level 5 or if you have a bunch of teams pushing you, get the ball into like a building, maybe somewhere near the docks, and just have them in this tight space, then shoot the ball to like, or then shoot the enemy to down them, and then kind of ping pong the ball around the room to finish them off. That's kind of the way we did it. Very, very difficult, for sure. But yeah, there's an Inner Demons animated camo for, I believe, getting kills while in a vehicle. That one looks pretty damn good. That's animated, and I'll see if the other one's animated as well. There's another, like, what is it, Pulsing Beast or something? I can't remember the name of the camo. Let me see. What's the other dark red one for getting kills with a terror ball? Let me see what that one is. Oh, it's the, let me see. I have it right here. A Still Beating. There it was. Still Beating animated red camo for doing the terror ball challenge, right? So get all this done, chat, and you will unlock the really bright cloud watching animated camo. Now, here's the debate. Chat could talk about it. You could tell me, how do these camos match up to Ghoulie from last year's Soul Capture event? What are you thinking?
I think, honestly, I don't think it even comes close.
Really?
I
So
think.
all three compared to Ghoulie? You think
Yeah,
Ghoulie tops them all?
Ghoulie was like that. Like you'd make any video, any tweet on the Ghoulie camo, and it would be instant 1,000 likes on Twitter. And then I know the videos you made about it, like the the hunger for that camo was so unreal. Like it was
It was leaked for a while before the haunting even started, right? I
Yep,
think it was like season
yep.
5 reloaded with what was that one Warzone map that lasted a week? It was Albagra Fort.
Albagra Fortress, yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was playing that on stream and I found the camo on the ground. Some hackers were in my lobby or something and they force loaded it in or something. I think
Yeah,
that
but
was hilarious.
that camo had so much hype leading up to it, and like people wanted to know how they can get it. And when it came out, it was the final reward for the soul, if you know, for the soul harvest, soul capture event. And so that was good for guides and everything. And yeah, that camo, that's a generational camo, the Ghoulie camo. I don't think it even holds a match to. I don't think this year's camos even come close, but that doesn't mean they're still not good. Like I think cloud watching is still an amazing camo. The Still Beating camo is still amazing.
Definitely,
Um,
definitely. Yeah, no, the camos are great. I like how they
but
look.
yeah, but Ghoulie's generational.
No,
Ghoulie's
definitely. No, I
generational.
I agree with that. I'm curious too because I mentioned earlier, right? There's like some candy collection hunt type event starting in a few weeks. I'm guessing that's like Soul Capture, where you got to hit
The
big milestones, maybe.
the final reward is the Little Red Riding Hood operator skin
Oh, I
for
didn't
that.
even see that. So that leaked already. So you get an operator skin for that. I mean, hey, that's still cool. I mean, maybe people
It's
would
still
prefer a
good.
camo, but operator, I'll take an operator. Why not?
Yeah, it's a cool operator. It's like Little Red Riding Hood with like
If it,
blood on them.
if anything, I think an operator for the last event would actually hold a lot of weight, or even more weight than a camo, because when Black Ops 6 integrates, no one's going to use MW weapons in the Black Ops 6 season, right? Inside of Warzone. So if you want to run an
Yeah.
operator that you got from MW, you can still do that while playing Area 99 or Urzikstan, whatever the case is there. But
That's a good tweet
um,
I can put out now though. What camo is better? Was it
yeah, Ghoulie or
cloud
Cloud
watching or
Watching.
Ghoulie? Yeah.
Yeah, no, Cloud Watching, it's just really bright, man. I was trying to play Drive Through MP with that camo, and I'm like, I actually had to take it off. I'm like, I was blinding myself trying to navigate through the map because the map's so dark, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking
Some
around
of
and I'm
those
like, yeah.
some of those camos break on certain maps depending on the lighting.
Right,
It's
right,
hilarious.
right. No,
Like
yeah.
I know Paris had a really broken camo that was really bright as well. So I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. But I think with that content having been discussed now, what are we thinking when it comes to like Purgatory versus the boss fight Al Mazrah content update we got in Warzone and DMZ last
And
year?
DMZ.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
mean,
what are you thinking
again,
with those comparisons? I know I have a poll in chat as well. That's been very divisive.
again, again, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, Purgatory is still very cool, but it doesn't hold. It's almost not comparable in terms of how much better I think MW2 was. Those bosses are just There was like the UFO, the swamp creature, the boss fight arena. You had to teleport to kill the butcher. Like
That was unbelievable, honestly.
that was awesome.
Yeah, no, that it
Um,
was really good.
I mean, not to say, I haven't specifically played Purgatory, but I know it is a good mode from what I've heard from people and the content in it. Because I've been too busy, but yeah, that boss mode that was something else. That was something I can we won't see something like that for a long time. I think again.
I really wonder what we'll see for like the Black Ops 6 haunting, which is a year from now, chat. I know Black Ops 6 is getting a Halloween mini update with like an LTM and multiplayer. That's confirmed. But the actual haunting for BO6 won't be until season 6 of that game, obviously.
Yeah,
So I'm curious what they'll do for
I
that.
think
For
someone
sure.
in chat said MWZ getting nothing is criminal, and I agree, especially when you fully reskin Rebirth Island. Like, why don't you just throw that in DMZ, make it all tier 3, and just say go at it and just have fun? Like, I think that would have been such an amazing thing to do.
Yeah, maybe a boss fight equivalent update from last year, but inside of zombies this year, then you have Purgatory for Warzone just to spice it up. Because last year Warzone got the bosses, maybe this year zombies could have got the bosses, right? I think that's certain.
Well, there wasn't
Even if,
zombies. There wasn't any zombies last year to add bosses
well, no,
into.
I know that, but I'm saying this year to like change it up, like, oh, you still want a boss type update to take on like 5, 6 of them. Zombies will get it this year versus how it was handled last year in like DMZ, which was like the third mode, with Warzone, obviously, but
Yeah, those
that
bosses,
that would
man.
have been cool.
I'm gonna put a tweet about probably this weekend about the clips I tweeted last year on like the UFO. Like the UFO is crazy. That was like a multi-stage boss fight.
Yeah, it was some
The
space
butcher
some
boss
zombies and
fight.
space land shit.
Yeah, it was
uh,
that was a really good event.
yeah,
MW2 ended on such a strong note, and I think that it's sad that people don't still look at that game so poorly.
I really liked that update last year, Chad. I loved covering it. It's very different from what we got this year, and I think with the way you've compared it, I think, yeah, Purgatory being a 2-hour match, like that's the motor I want to see bosses on because you have unlimited time to deal with real people being scummy. Then you can take your time with your squad and go in for the bosses. I really would have wanted to see something like that. But I do believe if zombies had gotten more support this year and maybe Treyarch didn't have to step off of it, like let's say Black Ops 6 wasn't the next Call of Duty and Treyarch just supported zombies
Jesus.
all year, kind of how they did with Vanguard zombies, where they were like on the team was still like involved the whole year. Whereas MW3 they stepped off after like what season 1 or season 2. If Treyarch had stayed involved the whole year, there was no doubt in my mind we probably would have gotten zombie support on Rebirth, Fortune's Keep, something crazy for the haunting. I do believe that probably would have happened, if anything. So we'll see what happens in the future, right? With
I mean,
Halloween zombie updates. I'm looking forward to
yeah,
seeing what they do there.
and then kind of going into Black Ops 6, where sort of already teased some LTM, some Halloween themed LTMs because the game releases on the 25th, a week before Halloween. I think it's very possible we see the return of the pumpkin head thing in zombies as well. That'd be a really cool way to start off Black Ops
Oh
6
yeah, I
zombies.
forgot about that. Yeah, no, that's true.
Bring back the pumpkin heads, bring back
That's really true. Yeah,
loot drops, and maybe something with gobblegum since it's
yeah,
candy.
you're right.
There's a lot of fun stuff they can do. There's a lot of fun stuff they can do for the opening week of that game. Hopefully,
Yeah,
Nuketown. I'm fully expecting a Nuketown early. I'm fully expecting a Nuketown reveal early October. I think they're gonna be like, by the way, this map is dropping in 2 weeks after launch or whatever.
even do the spooky Nuketown, the Cold War god. Add that first, and then add
Spooktown,
classic Nuketown like later or something. I wouldn't even mind that. I think that'd be
Spooktown dub.
interesting. Yeah, no, and you mentioned before I forget the COD Pod. Sadly, man, it broke my heart to
Yeah,
see the other day. Miles Ross was let go in the recent round of layoffs from Microsoft. He was the one that ran the COD Pod for the first 2 episodes with Stephanie Snowden, the head of communications at Activision. Very
yeah.
sad to see that, but I know he's gonna crush it
Well,
wherever he ends
also,
up next, dude, for sure.
well, he was also a big CDL, and just pretty much like anything to do with commentary. He
He was
was on it.
involved, yeah. He was always
He was
involved.
involved.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, but yeah, we talked with him at COD Next. We had a conversation with him, and that conversation is a lot more sad now because I gave him a lot of praise to the COD Pod, and I was like, man, I want it to go forever. I want all these episodes, and then seeing what happened is very is very sad. But hopefully, he can find more work. Very talented,
Very
commentator.
talented guy. Yeah, he
So
casted COD Next and the World Series of Warzone recently as well. So besides CDL, like he did quite a bit.
I think, did he do World Series of Warzone?
I believe he was there. Yeah, I swear I just saw him in a
Oh,
video. Yeah, which is really
but
good.
yeah, I have a feeling that he's gonna get scooped up very quick by
Someone, yeah, for
by
sure,
another company. Yeah,
for
even if
sure.
it's freelance, and then maybe goes into a more of a streaming career. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh yeah, no, that'll be great. You could definitely pull it off. So not sure what the future is of the COD Pod chat because of that. I don't know.
That's
So
sad, bro.
I know it's 2 episodes in, and it's like that's really unfortunate. I think it was very promising to see something different like
Bring
that from the Call
back
of Duty team.
the Treyarch Studio broadcast, man. We need that.
Please, dude. Yeah, those were like revolutionary, man. I mean,
I need to
that
see. I need to
yeah.
see. I need to see Matt Scrance and Kevin Drew in the same Zoom call. I need that.
Oh man, yeah. What about seeing him in the same room, man? I had the pleasure of seeing that.
My,
At,
hey, stop flexing.
Yeah, no, it was. Dude, those guys are great, man. I love the studio broadcast.
OGs.
Oh yeah, no, big time. Look at the studio broadcast from like Cold War. Like those were the best ways. I think those are almost more informative than blog posts some of the times too. You get some little exclusives explained in them too.
Back in the day, I feel like if you go back and look at MW 2019 Black Ops Cold War blog posts, they really aren't that detailed as they are now. Like they are so, and we give COD COD blogs today some shit for not being too specific, but back then it was literally like there's nothing in them. And so I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I don't think creator calls are going on all that often, like every season the way they are now. So I think studio broadcasts also kind of served as that kind of
100%.
That kind of communication that we get now. So we'll see how they spice it up a bit in the Black Ops 6 season, man. We would love to be a part of those.
Please bring back the Treyarch Studio broadcasts.
I
love those. It was like a treat. It was like I'm waking up on Christmas morning. Because it was like I think it was a day or two before the season.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Oh no, it was the day of, like 12 hours before, because the season dropped at midnight. So it was like 1 p.m. marketing.
Oh, was it the same day? I thought it was like after the blog a week before. That's cool.
I believe it was. I think it was the same day. It was very, very close to the launch of the update. I know that for certain.
That's great though. I like stuff like that.
BO4 studio broadcast. What, I forget those, bro.
BO4 did have them. I know. I don't think BO3 ever did them. BO3 was still the old style where like you would have the map pack trailer, and then you'd have devs like, remember, like I think BO2 and 3 did it. You had like the MP dev was like Vonderhaar or someone talk about the 4 maps, and then like Blundell or Zelensky would come on and talk about the zombie map, and it was like that short 2-minute trailer of the map pack. And then don't think they ever dove any deeper with sit downs like that. Yeah, I don't.
Black Ops 4, because I know they did one before the game dropped. Black Ops 4 studio broadcast. Oh, they did. What?
BO4,
an hour-long thing
for all the operations. Yeah, I remember that's how Ancient Evil got broken down. They did a lot of those.
There's a 30-minute section sitting down with Craig Houston and I think it's just Craig Houston. Oh, and Jason Blundell.
Yeah, that's before he left Treyarch. Yeah, no, those are nuts, dude. Those are nuts. Seeing stuff like that.
There's a 30-minute section for zombies. There's a 20-minute section for MP, and then there's a 20-minute or about a 10-minute section for Blackout with Miles Leslie. Man, that guy's so good.
Oh, that guy's base as fuck.
And Matt Scrance. Oh
and
my
Matt
God.
Scrance. Yeah, those guys are great, man. Those guys are base.
These need
very
to
fun
come
to talk
back.
to. Oh,
These need to come back.
Very fun to talk to at events, chat. Very great people. Very great people. But
hey, we get it. We get it, bro. You're talking to devs, man.
No. I really don't think people. People need to recognize, dude, how legendary some of these folks are. Like, seriously, like, I don't think it's not said enough, in my opinion, how great some of these folks are. Like, that's why I agree with you about bringing back those broadcasts to really get them back in the spotlight a little bit. Not
100%.
Yeah, I think that's just because the creator calls, at least the past couple seasons or actually for about a year and a half now, MW2 and 3, none of those were public, right? So the community as a whole didn't get to talk to or see or hear a breakdown of the new content from those devs directly, from Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Raven, Beanox, High Moon. So I think that'd be great to just show more recognition and love to some of these people.
Yeah, I think I we know the studio broadcast. Yeah, like I said so many times, they need those back.
Yeah.
But then a lot of people in chat, I see some people mentioning Vondahar again, and even the Jason Blundell conversation where a lot of people, yeah, those people may have left. Obviously, this is the first Black Ops game without Vondahar ever, but the people that were working under him for at least a decade plus are still there. Matt, you're talking Matt Scrontz, Kevin Drew, I'm probably Miles Leslie, Craig Houston, like they still have an absolute like beast of a squad.
Oh yeah.
Just because the
Dream
maybe
team overall. Yeah.
yeah, maybe just because the figurehead isn't there, maybe doesn't mean that the people that were on the field in the trenches, all those years haven't left, and they haven't because Matt Scrontz, oh my god,
Oh no, legend,
Matt
dude.
Scrontz, you can see tweets of his, like, I think didn't he like or retweet something, a tweet of yours, or even comment? I think it was a comment on the double agent stream with Damon Victor Allen. I think he commented on Twitter.
Maybe, yeah. I gotta take a look at that. I don't remember. That was definitely a while ago. No, he's been great, dude. He's been great. I think it was all. I mean, he's the one that confirmed the operator mods in the detonated tweet.
Yeah,
For Black Ops 6. That was another cool
maybe
exclusive.
I'm just biased. Maybe I'm just biased to Matt Scrontz, but yeah, he
Yeah.
did comment on detonated. I can't wait until we get that blog post, that post beta blog post to talk about for BO6. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be
That's gonna
great.
be
No, yeah.
awesome.
The thing is, even though, like right now, I think I have a lot of content planned and whatnot, but right now, I think for a lot of people, everyone's like, oh, what are we gonna do, and what's gonna happen until Black Ops 6 comes out? MW3 is pretty much over. There's obviously like the Wednesday challenge events, the amps, and little things along the way. But what's gonna happen until October 25th? There still is, I think, a big opportunity for some more Black Ops 6 marketing. You know what I mean? I think there's going to be those little blog posts
100%.
talking about beta feedback changes, some more launch information. There's still even zombies too. I think there's still a lot of material that they can break down for the upcoming Call of Duty. But circling back a little bit, first I want to address, oh my god, the free camos you get for the DTIR and the cast stuff, LSW. Holy shit, those are crazy too.
Yeah.
Considering their base camo unlocks. Gotta get praised where it's due.
First time in history there has been a base camo unlock that is animated. Like I just people can talk shit all they want about Modern Warfare 3 DLC, even though I don't think a lot of people even believe that anymore. I put out a tweet yesterday being like, after 6 seasons, do you still consider Modern Warfare 3 a DLC? And there's some yeses in there. There's probably a lot more yeses than I was actually anticipating, but there's a lot of people that it's like, I think the opposite now. I don't actually think that it should deserve that or whatever, right?
Right, right.
But for everything that MW3 has gone through, like, it has delivered some insane, not only innovations to content, but just the quality and quantity of content. Because you might get quality, but you might not have quantity, or you might have quality, but did I say that backwards?
Well, no,
You guys know what I mean.
Well, what you said could be applied either way. You could have a lot of quality, but then not enough of it, and then you can also have a lot of quantity, but then the quality amongst. Yeah, you can go either way. Yeah, with any game.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I tripped over my wording, but
yeah, no, you're good.
Sledgehammer did it amazing. Aftermarket parts, unreal how that system has just been adapted and into the weekly challenges, and that's just amazing. The weekly events, the weekly camos.
Don't forget Constellation's End. Oh my god, the new
I was
weapon
going to say that Constellation's End is it's unfathomable how good of a job Sledgehammer has done. It's unfathomable.
So I
straight glazing.
Yeah, I know somebody's gonna. That's the thing, right? Somebody's gonna come in your chat and be like, "Oh, you guys are glazing devs in the game." It's like, dude, we're passionate folks. We love doing this full time. I love creating as much content as possible here on my channel. I love the collaborative content that Carter and I do together with Detonated. We love doing this podcast. The list goes on, but this podcast is also an important opportunity for us to be like, hey, what are things we don't like? What are things that could be better? How do we be respectful yet critical at the same time of things that are important to the community, right? This is the time to do that. I retweeted something from Tosh over at Sledgehammer. He is a weapons and combat design expert at the studio, was previously at High Moon, Bungie. Great dude. He went ahead and posted, that's a wrap from us. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing this game for our fans this year. Truly a dream come true for me to be able to contribute to the franchise as a designer. I can't imagine a better team to do it with. I hope you've all liked the weapons and aftermarket parts this year and what improvements we could make to the movement and combat experience. The future is bright, and I can't wait to share what we're working on next. Hashtag Advanced Warfare 2. I'm kidding about that last part. I don't know what he's actually working on next.
I was like,
yeah, I'm like, hold on a second.
Did they actually
I'm like, hold on.
What
Yeah, no. That, but dude, if Sledgehammer is saying future is bright, whatever, we're looking at what, 2027? That would be their next COD if the schedule is what we think it is right now. You know, we got another Black Ops game a year from now. That's a current rumor from the media. Infinity Ward after that, and then Sledgehammer returns 2027. So that's something that I'm really intrigued to hear more about. Thinking about all the innovation, like you were just saying, that they incorporated this year with Modern Warfare 3. How could they build on that and do that even better with a full dev cycle? Because they didn't have a full dev cycle for MW3 at all. They didn't. We know that. So I can't even imagine what the hell they could do. You know, we're talking bigger, get higher updates, you know, maybe their own zombies, maybe bigger updates for aftermarket parts, prestige camos,
or their
weekly
own
challenges.
Third mode.
Yeah, or their own third mode. Hey, I'll take it. Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about that. You know, I think a lot of people have actually said an updated get high mode. Maybe because I think that the whole theming around that mode was kind of just gimmicky around 420. You know, you're climbing high and 420 and whatever. It makes sense for that. But I think if they're gonna launch with a mode like that, it's gonna have to have its own branding. It's gonna have to be its own thing.
For sure.
But I think, especially if they really want, because we know they want to do Advanced Warfare. We know they want to do that through the guns.
We could just feel it. We could feel it, dude, from our from all the updates.
Vanguard. We felt it from Vanguard. You know, they want to do that, right? So
oh yeah, for sure.
Thinking about the innovations they can even do to, let's say, if they keep Omni movement and add that to like a toned down exosuit system with in a get higher mode. Imagine the parkour capabilities with that. Unreal.
Imagine
about that.
I'm thinking about the idea of another jetpack COD, right? I think you could do something where, like, in campaign and multiplayer and whatever the third mode is, you could have a split down the middle. You could have some traditional boots on the ground shit, and you could have some jetpack supported content. Why does it have to be all one or the other? You know what I mean? If they were going to go that route, I'm thinking about like how Warzone integration would look with jetpacks again. Imagine for that. I'm just guessing, right, what the schedule would look like. You still have maybe a couple of Resurgence maps that are boots on the ground focused. Then with season 1 of Advanced Warfare 2, you get, I know we're talking straight out of our ass here, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Season 1 of AW2 could be like, a new Resurgence map, but it's like jetpacks or jetpack supported. And then later in the year, you get a BR map that's jetpack supported, but you still have those boots on the ground experiences, just to ensure that you don't have a year where everyone's just like, oh, jetpack COD, worst era from 10 years ago. Why are they bringing this back? But you could appeal to everybody, right? You know what I mean? I think totally something that I would stand behind, right? Would love to see just a blend of gameplay in that regard, looking at Sledgehammer's best work and you know,
it was
bringing that to a new engine and whatnot.
It was a little sad sort of seeing all these devs, start, basically saying their goodbyes to MW3.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's why I'll always like be defensive and of devs, especially because like they're just people that are just working a job, and just sort of I know some people like harass them and stuff like that. That's just so terrible. And these people are just normal people. They just so happen to work on a video game that has a very opinionated and vocal audience.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, it's crazy. I think being a COD dev as well, because like you're basically in the spotlight for like 1 year, and then you're kind of behind the scenes for another 2 or 3, working on the next thing, and then it's a really interesting cycle the way that the Call of Duty release schedule works. Quick little live bombshells. Scuff Gaming confirmed at TwitchCon, which is this weekend, right? Is TwitchCon this weekend? I think. Black Ops 6 is playable, which is awesome. And you get a sneak peek at some BO6 products, like the Scuff controller and the Scuff Elgato Stream Deck and the keyboard and mouse. Oh, and the mouse pad. Shit, bro. I was looking at those at COD Next because they were on some of the tables. I'm like, oh, like beautiful little collaborative products that are coming out to promote Black Ops 6. But if you're itching to get your hands on BO6 and you're going to TwitchCon, you could play it as of this weekend. Call of Duty also went ahead and just announced a giveaway with Spirit Halloween. You could enter for a chance to win $100.
Really?
Yeah, they just tweeted this out like an hour ago or so. There's a chance to win I think actually they took the tweet down and re-put it up or something. $100 gift card. Comment which Call of Duty operator you would dress up as for Halloween. Include hashtag Spirit COD Sweepstakes and hashtag The Haunting in the tweet. Very interesting. Did not expect that. So if anybody wants to go to Spirit Halloween and enter that giveaway, why not? But I also want to mention something that I got tagged in this morning, which I'm going to address in a video soon. The secret set of rewards just got found. Another set. So if you go ahead and get, I think it's 1,000 kills in multiplayer or 7,000 kills in zombies with any conversion kit, so that's any aftermarket part that's considered a conversion kit, you get a camo. What is the camo actually called, though? Let's see. Jack of all trades, J-A-K. Get what they did there?
Yeah.
And you also get, I believe it's a calling card. What else do we have here? A charm called Jack and an emblem. I don't know if it's animated or not, but this just got discovered like yesterday, so I'm assuming this wasn't in the game already. What do you think about this one? I think this is a new Season 6 update, like a set of rewards here.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, it definitely is a new update, 100%.
So that's a nice plus if you're somebody that uses aftermarket parts frequently and, specifically conversion kits. You can go and get your hands on some free rewards as of now. So I think that's great. Love seeing stuff like that. There was always questions of like, oh, what happens if you unlock all aftermarket parts? Like, could there be a reward for doing that after week 4 in a couple of weeks? Sure. Is there a reward for
that? Would be a cool reward.
Yeah, something. I think an ultra mastery amp, maybe not an attachment, but like a cosmetic of some sort. I would not be opposed to that. People were asking like, oh, what about like the weapon prestige camo system? Is there a reward for getting all those? Absolutely not. I know that was confirmed in a creator call a little while back, right? Those are just kind of like, hey, extra camos. If you use a certain weapon a lot, you want to get, what is it now? I think 900,000 total weapon XP to get every prestige camo on one weapon. Damn, dude, think about that. Max it out, then get one trick, Obsidian, Mercury, and Constellation's End. Oh, we need that system back in Black Ops 6, man. That's great.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Then again, another extremely good and intuitive and innovative system from Sledgehammer, again, in the form of the weapon prestige camos, where, I think we might actually hit this. Hopefully we don't actually hit this wall where Black Ops 6 releases and it almost doesn't have these features for a while, some sort of weekly challenge replacement, which might be operator mods. We don't know yet. Through like, little attachments or whatever. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of things that people are really gonna miss from this game, and I think it's gonna hit people really hard.
I agree. I do think,
which I think Black Ops 6. I think Black Ops 6 is gonna be fine either way, but that's one of those things where it's like, I kind of also really wish we get, have these systems back as well.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I think because of COD HQ in this regard, there's a lot of potential for things to carry over and for things to work similar to how they did like an MW3, for example, tracking challenges in game. Like, I think because we're on the unified engine, things like that probably are a little bit easier to incorporate in Black Ops 6 because of that. But there's also the Season 6 Warzone challenges, which got added in a little bit different compared to the last 2 seasons, where you go to the challenge menu in game, you can see a series of challenges. Season 4 and 5 had this, and there was basically like 4 challenges per category, 4 categories total. So you're looking at a total of like 16 challenges. At the end of each category, it was a camo unlock. Season 6 got this, but there's only 1 challenge per category. So 4 challenges, 4 camos, relatively straightforward. The camos look pretty good. They don't glow, I don't think. They aren't animated, but hey, camo's a camo.
The redacted one does. The redacted
one does. Good. The redacted one does. There also isn't a mastery blueprint for getting these. I could have sworn, man, unless I'm tripping, I could have sworn when we read the blog post last week, it did say there was going to be like a blueprint for unlocking all of them. Or I'm sorry, a reward for unlocking all of them, but there isn't. Not a big deal. Season 5 had a blueprint for getting all of them. Can't complain. I think it's great. They just kind of did it straightforward this time, where they're like, hey, here's just the camo for doing each challenge. in Warzone exclusively, and then there's that. But something you mentioned earlier, I want to kind of jump into for a second. You were saying how busy you've been, and you didn't get to jump into Purgatory yet. And I'm thinking about it, like I don't I don't believe a lot of folks kind of grasp this too often, right? Especially if they're not a content creator. I mean, I understand. When it comes to like a new drop or a new release, there are times when I don't get to play as much unless I'm streaming because I'm working on the video
Exactly.
or working on whatever. Obviously, you got to get footage, so I play, in that aspect. But for you, I was sending you clips for the Twitter, um, sending you clips and material or context for
Screenshots,
thumbnails,
thumbnails,
screenshots. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So like you were behind a little bit gameplay wise, but I
Yeah,
think
well, yeah,
yeah.
full transparency, I don't have to play the game at all.
Mhm.
I do not even have to load up the game. I don't have to play it. What I do requires me to not play Call of Duty at all. But I still hop on. I still try to, be in the loop and really know all the corners of content of the game for myself, because that also helps me care a lot more if I'm like
Oh yeah.
actually invested, invested in it, actually knowing firsthand. But yeah, especially when you're streaming and stuff, you're sending clips and you screenshots, everything. I'm just like, yeah, just send me what you need and it'll get made or whatever. um but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I think
I someone has to be out of game to run everything effectively as I do. So, and then I realize that, and I sacrifice some playtime.
yeah.
It's how it is.
I mentioned this too because my situation is a little bit different, but I mentioned this on stream. On stream is kind of the most I do play, right? Especially with as an event or unlocks or whatever, because I'll essentially get all the
Yeah.
B-roll I need on stream, and then I'll use all that for the rest of the week or whenever to get the videos made. And technically, when it comes to news, I don't always have to play either, but I absolutely love being as invested and active as possible with the game so that I know what I'm talking about better for things
Yep.
like this with the podcast or for video
Same.
commentaries. So important. And then for you, especially, talking about whether it's thumbnails, tweets, whatever. If you don't
Tweets
play, yeah, if
especially.
you don't play, it's kind of like you have a very limited opinion on what is going on, right? So it's very important that we get our game time as much as possible. But there's a new Champions Quest camo as well, Gamma Storm. It got received a
Cool.
little. I think it was kind of controversial. I think in the Warzone community, but
It
that's
doesn't look
out.
that good.
It is what it is. I'm still one of those guys. It's like I would love to do it. Just need some demons to do
Area
Champions Quest with.
99,
I'm down, man. I'm down. Area
BO6
99.
camos.
Yeah, BO6 camos all day. Zombies Royale is also pretty fun. I play that a little bit on Rebirth. It's the same exact mode that we've seen past couple of years on was it for Dansk, Al-Mazrah. Plays great. We'll see it on Vondel again soon. And then we'll kind of go from there. But gameplay wise, I think that's most of the haunting. I do want to mention a tweet I also saw from another Sledgehammer dev that confirmed they also worked on, which I didn't know this at all. I don't think any of us did. Sledgehammer confirmed
No,
they did work on various LTMs for Warzone. Because I
for
think
the
most
haunting. Yep.
right. I don't know if that also includes other LTMs for, other seasons or whatnot. But Raven primarily leads Warzone. Lots of help from High Moon and Beanox, other folks, I'm sure. But that was cool to hear. Confirmation Summer did pitch in a helping hand for, I guess, Purgatory, probably Zombies Royale, whatever else. But it goes to show, right? Raven obviously has been leading Warzone for a while, ever since season like 2 of Al-Mazrah, I think, or maybe sooner than that.
Yeah.
They obviously had to work on the Black Ops 6 campaign.
Yep.
They've had a lot on their plate as well. Hence why I'm sure Treyarch had to make Area 99. Raven didn't make it. Hence why Sledgehammer probably helped out a lot with various LTMs throughout the Warzone cycle past year or two. I think that's brilliant. I think them helping each other out when needed, it's a big plus to ensure the content gets released, to ensure that there isn't too much workload on one studio over the other. I think that's great. And I think now with COD HQ being streamlined the way that it is, and the way that they've enhanced the launcher itself, and the way they've detached Warzone from the main game, all the changes that have gone into COD HQ probably will ensure that every COD from this point forward will release even smoother and more stable than before, with help from anybody across the board. But
Even the new UI update's also coming soon.
yeah,
People have
very
forgotten
soon,
that as well. The new
very soon.
UI update is upon us, and I think that's gonna hopefully change some public opinion on COD HQ. Who knows? But the bringing back of actual main menus again, customized main menus starting with Black Ops 6, or not customized. You know, main menus that are themed around that game and not just a block of the game logo, how it's been for since Cottage Q launched.
Right,
um
right.
which should be good. That's awesome. Very,
it's
very a lot of good stuff to look forward
it's
to.
also a nice follow up from the discussion we had last week, right? There was a rumor going around that's again completely unconfirmed. Let me just stress that a lot. Completely unconfirmed that apparently Black Ops 6 is going to be borrowing Modern Warfare 3 maps that Sledgehammer made.
Yep.
Again, it's an unverified rumor. This is just a rumor from the media. If that's the case, though, like I was just saying before, I don't see an issue if let's say Treyarch is going deep with multiplayer zombies development and Activision says, hey, we want to make sure post-launch support looks just as strong as Modern Warfare 3 in regards to 6v6. Because like we talked about last week a little bit, and like I mentioned in my video, Treyarch does more than 6v6, right? Luckily, they're not doing campaign. Ravens will knock it out of the park with that. Treyarch got more time for just MP and zombies. When you look at a roadmap for a new season in Black Ops 6, we're going to be looking at support for obviously 6v6, probably strike/gunfight, maybe a big mode like Combined Arms or Fireteam if that happens. You're talking about zombies, a behemoth of a mode, let alone other quality of life changes, events, rewards, challenges, whatever else they want to do operator mod wise. So if Sledgehammer has to come in and say, hey, for the first couple seasons of Black Ops 6, we're going to provide you with a couple of 6v6 maps or some assistance with MP support, live service updates.
That would be awesome.
I don't see a problem with that at all. Like you could say, oh, 4-year dev cycle. I get where you're coming from, but just to remind you, right, without going off on a tangent, 4 years since Cold War, yes, but look at all the projects done along the way. Again, ranked for several MPs, ranked for several war zones.
6 seasons of Cold War.
6 seasons of Cold War. Yeah, zombies for Vanguard, zombies for MW3. Think about all
ranked
that.
Play in all those games.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, oh, you're defending and you're shilling and you're glazing. It's like, dude, I'm just being realistic, man. Wake the fuck up. Look at what's been going on the past couple of years. Look at what the content's actually been for all these games. Who made it? Think about all that. Then try to question why maybe Sledgehammer's either going to help make some maps for BO6, totally open to it, or a couple of maps that were for Season 5 and 6 got borrowed for BO6. Shouldn't really matter to most people because unless you're playing MW3 full-time and you care about nothing else out there, most people drop off from the COD cycle around Season 5 or around Season 6. The Haunting's pretty much Warzone focused anyway. It's not really about MP, but you know what I mean, right? It's like, it doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't.
Well,
it doesn't.
I mean, then it goes back to this conversation that it's like, I think in terms of new maps, Sledgehammer, I think I saw a tweet where it was 18 new maps.
Oh yeah,
this year.
Yeah.
Which, you're thinking about a DLC pack, you're getting 16. And there's probably remasters in those too, right?
Indeed.
So, for free, you got more original maps that and I don't know. I think again, did very well with that, especially the map department, and they did them fast too. Like there was a lot of maps they were pumping them out. And they were good maps. They weren't like terrible maps. They're not throwaway maps. I think the only one that I think is the weakest for me is definitely Paris. I really don't like Paris. But like Incline, Meat, like there's a 6-star. I think it's called 6-star, right? Yeah. 6-star, 5-star.
Yeah.
I think it's 6-star.
6-star, yeah.
All really good maps. And I don't really have anything to complain about them. So if Sledgehammer is gonna kind of bring that heat into Black Ops 6, just to sort of,
populate the updates and roadmaps.
Well, not only that, but give Treyarch a break. They've been one of the most mistreated studios for more than half a decade at this point, since BO4.
And to be clear, when you say mistreated, you mean like pulled in many directions.
Yeah. Exactly.
As far as development went,
this, right? Yeah, pulled off this and forced to work on that. Have to make a game here and
do a home mode for that game.
Yeah.
MW3's post-launch, 18 new 66 maps, 2 remastered 66 maps. And I get it, too. Like, where's the 2011 MW3 maps? That's shocking. I'm guessing, dude, we're going to see like we saw with the launch of this game. You had the full collection of 09 MW2 maps to launch this game. Maybe they pull MW3 2011 and they have that be the launch multiplayer content for, or let me rephrase that. Maybe they pull MW3 this year for a future MW where the launch MP content is all 2011 maps. That'd be so funny. I doubt it though. But 18 6v6 map variants, 2 parkour maps, 1 war map, 1 gunfight map, 42 total. That's the complete Modern Warfare 3 life cycle. Wild.
That's
for multiplayer. Cannot complain about that.
That's unprecedented. That's just
honestly unprecedented. Yeah. So we'll see what the future holds with live service multiplayer. Overworked and underappreciated. Hell's yeah, no, that's another way to put it too, because I feel like Treyarch definitely gets a lot of appreciation that they deserve, but I mean, all studios just get praised when they make great choices and come up with great games, and they put in a bunch of passion and love. But overworked could probably be an understatement. Because I bet you there's people at Treyarch that are like, oh yeah, we'd love to just have full focus on our next game, but then hey, they gotta take orders and work on XYZ for other. Yeah, it's like, and that's again nobody's fault. At these dev studios at all, right? They don't make those calls. I'm wearing my COD Next shirt for a reason today. And that's because there was one last surprise that got sent out, which I didn't expect at all. I got it today. Something from COD Next that didn't quite make it in time for creators. As they wrote here, there was one more thing we wanted to supply as part of your fast-paced adventure in DC, but it didn't arrive before everybody raced home. We look forward to see what you can do with this remote-controlled Omni movement before Black Ops 6 launches on October 25th. Very well said. They actually gave us some RC cars. Holy crap. We were all like eyeballing the ones at the Polaris event, if certain creators went to that. We were eyeballing those RC cars that were there. I think if you want to race using them, you'd be able to take one of those home. But every creator that went to COD Next, I believe, did get supplied with a literal RC car, which is crazy. I'm going to actually get some batteries for this thing. I'm going to charge it. I'll definitely race it and get some clips the next few days. But they also provided us with a sticker pack that I think, I know I showed Fajardi this and he was going crazy for these stickers. It's a big sticker pack. And I only used a few of them. I actually saved a lot of juicy ones for some other activities later. We'll see. But yeah, the Truth Lies, Cerberus, you get the Rushmore at the bottom there. Very crazy, cool stickers. And I'm saving a Cerberus for Fajardi so you can put that on a hard drive or something. I always love decorating my hard drives. But did not expect that, chat. Like a literal freaking RC car. What on earth is going on? Very, very cool. And then, yeah, go ahead.
Someone in chat put, fun fact, that COD Next shirt is the same shirt Maya is wearing in Zombie. I did not know
what?
That. Is that true?
Wait. What? No, hold on. I gotta pull it back.
I'm searching it up.
That's crazy if that's the case. That's a free tweet for you, buddy. Put the shirt on.
It is.
What? Live Bombshell? No, hold on. Which blog image we got?
I can I'll put it in images, pictures, and links in the server.
Yeah, I see a few Maya images on Google. I just don't know if there's probably a better one.
I just sent it the pictures and links. Just open that up and zoom in on it.
Pictures
and that is the shirt, dude. That's crazy.
I didn't know. I swear no one called that out. Has anybody besides who was that in chat? Who was it?
It was Callum G.
Callum G, absolute legend for pointing that out. I swear no one on earth called that out before you.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never heard anyone see
hell?
That. That's awesome, dude.
Chat, that is crazy. has that ever happened before? Is that another first for Call of Duty where like they release like an exact shirt or piece of apparel that an operator is using in game? Has that ever happened? I'll do a spin. It says DC on the back of the shirt. Hold on, so people could see. I think people could see it with the date on it as well, I believe.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Very, very cool design. That's wild. But somebody in chat also said BO1 Collector's Edition vibe. Trust me, I did not forget the BO1 RCXD. I actually made a video with all the Black Ops or Treyarch Collector's Editions a couple of years ago. I think it was before Cold War came out. I was like, hey, Cold War didn't get a Collector's Edition. Let's just recap all the Treyarch ones we've seen over the years. I had a few of them. I remember I got the RC on eBay or something. I flew the drone. It was crazy making that video. And I'm like, yeah, let's compare the size of the RC cars we have here. Yes, we will do a race. we will do a race. We'll record it. We'll see which one's faster. We're talking 2010 versus 2024, man. 14-year difference in these RC cars.
The Black Ops for his BO1.
Yeah.
If you can give me a picture of both of them like head to head, I'm gonna
Black
Ops 6 for his BO1 RC cars.
Cool. Very shocked to have seen that as a part of COD Next. That is unreal, dude. That is unreal. But the t-shirt thing, what the F? I can't fucking believe that. I'm actually still shocked about that.
No, I've heard no one say that, by the way. I've heard
Nobody
0
said
people
that.
say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, chat. Streaming the podcast is probably best because we'll get some literal live bombshells from chat alone, let alone like marketing and whatnot. But we'll see crazy stuff like that every now and again in the chat there. But as far as Black Ops 6 goes, got some cool stuff on deck, but I'm sure there'll still be other marketing before the release on October 25th. I do want to mention something really fascinating that nobody's really talking about all that much. There was one creator that mentioned it. I know I mentioned it in a video a few days ago. So Codename Pizza posted a video about zombies. This was, I think, about a week or so ago. And towards the end of the video, he mentions that when he was at Treyarch to play Terminus early, there was a room on the boat locked off, and they couldn't access it. Now, I'm gonna guess the easy explanation for this is that it's part of the Easter egg, so can't access it, can't play it.
Yeah, that's my first thought too.
Unless there actually were areas on Terminus that weren't accessible because they just didn't have those areas open in that build that they played. This created a bit of discussion about whether or not maybe Liberty Falls from COD Next also was like a limited experience where maybe there are other areas we haven't gone to yet. I'm just thinking right now, like the intro cutscene showed the director, in his office and, in this mansion, probably going to be able to go there through the Easter egg or something. So yeah, I think the map still probably hasn't been fully explored yet. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I think it's been kind of a mixed bag with the community in regards to how certain things have been revealed, right? Creators obviously had exclusive scoops from their time at the studio, and when I was at COD Next, we got some scoops and reported on what we could. But I think it's been a mixed bag of like how many different places you can find this information, because you have the blog post, you got creators' videos, you got scoops probably on Twitter, then you got like little tidbits of info in videos that came out way later. What are your thoughts on like the division of all that information? Do you think it's better if it's literally all in one place all the time? Or do you think it's cool to see kind of little exclusives here and there in very different places that not many people have probably seen?
I'm torn on that, because obviously it's kind of weird that, the big zombies reveal was at the start of August, right? And we're well into nearing the end of September, and there's still new info coming out about that event, right? From talking with devs and playing the game and whatever, right? Obviously it's cool that there's still maybe something to talk about every now and then. Obviously, as people that require stuff to talk about on a daily basis. But it's at the same time, it's kind of just like I said, it's kind of just weird that there was a big reveal, and then there's still like little reveals sort of happening via random people's videos weeks, month after, right?
Yeah.
I don't really care. The info is cool though. It's Black Ops 6. It's new Black Ops 6 stuff, so I'm gonna eat it up regardless. But yeah, I think it's just it's I don't know. It's like an anomaly. Have we really had a situation like this for zombies specifically, where there was just so much official information just drawn out over like 2 months? I think it's interesting.
Yeah. No, I definitely think it's something that kind of came as a surprise when I first saw that. I was like, really? I think I was on stream doing something else, and somebody commented in chat that there was a new bit of info from Codename Pizza. Also, shout out to up and coming zombie YouTuber Beware the Six. We've been in contact a little bit as of lately. He also posted a video that also reminded me that we didn't really get a follow up on those little tidbits of Liberty Falls from the Truth Dies website. A little like that weird VHS footage of zombies kind of roaming around the house or chasing somebody out and eating civilians around the town. I wonder like what that is a part of too, right? Like, do you think that was just for that marketing, or do you think that's something that maybe could be elaborated on either in the map or before launch? What do you think about that? I thought it was the cutscene at first, and it's not.
I think there's definitely opportunity to sort of build on that, obviously, because we only saw maybe a few frames of that footage, right? So maybe it might be a case of maybe you see it through the Easter egg on a monitor or something. Maybe it's through some sort of intel. Who knows? Who really knows?
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think that's the last we've seen of it. because I think that really provides some context to what we're coming into when we first arrive at Liberty Falls. It's a few hours after, or maybe like a day. I think I swear it was hours. The initial Cod Next blog post said it was hours after. Um, but now it's like the next day. I don't know what's going on with that, but I think some additional context definitely needs to be provided.
Oh, for
100%.
sure, for sure. I love this comment I just saw in chat from Don Daniels. He said, "Tinfoil hat theory, VHS snippets could be part of video intel."
Yeah, that's what I
I
said. Yeah, that could be cool.
yeah, I'm really thinking they'll change a little bit more about how the intel works in Black Ops 6. I know I talked to Kevin Drew a little bit at Next, and he mentioned intel menu is coming back, but it'll be a different type of system compared to Cold War, where I don't think you're going to see hundreds of pieces that tell the entire story in place of cutscenes. This time, you'll probably see intel that's a little bit more consequential to the story, but there just won't be so much of it because you're going to have cutscenes and other parts of Easter eggs that further the narrative in ways Cold War couldn't. And Cold War still had cutscenes. Cold War still told the story, I think, in a pretty unique way. There was just so much intel that at a certain point, you're like, where am I going to find all this information, right? You're hoping that a YouTuber or somebody recaps all of it in a video for that season or for that one map. Like, there was just so much. There was artifacts, there was radios, there was all types of different intel. So I would love it. Like you were saying, I would love it if we get a new method of intel through like video snippets in Black Ops 6, and that probably was one of them. And just some more backstory on the map, the environment, the characters, the lore. I think that's brilliant.
Yep.
VHS quality would allow for less polished cutscenes, meaning more of it. Yeah, no, like those kind of those rendered in-game type of scenes, right? Like that would be pretty cool. I think that'd be awesome. So looking forward to seeing how intel how that gets handled in the future.
Oh my god,
for sure. But something that kind of go back to season 6 for a second before we wrap up.
Yep.
Something I also didn't expect that got leaked out, which this could of course be canceled or who knows what's going on. By the way, welcome back Horde Point in multiplayer. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun to play on some of the new maps. They are going to be bringing back vault packs. Which when was the last time we've seen those? I swear it was it?
It might have been Cold War.
I don't think Vanguard had them. I don't think Vanguard had them. Essentially, what vault packs are the ability to buy a lot of the core Battle Pass cosmetics from a previous season in the form of one bundle. We're talking most of the operator skins, most of the good blueprints, and maybe even some other cosmetics in a vault pack, right? It's essentially paying the price for one bundle, yet you're getting tons of cosmetics, tons and tons, as if you're buying multiple bundles. Apparently, according to the leaks, Season 6 of Modern Warfare 3 is bringing out vault packs for every season of Modern Warfare 2 and the first 3 seasons of Modern Warfare 3. I believe, Cold War might have been the last time we saw these, where in Cold War, you were able to get, I think, the first 3 or 4 seasons vault packs, which they don't come with all the cosmetics from those battle passes, but just the important content. Season 5 and 6 are combined into one for MW2, it seems, because you're not getting Spawn, you're not getting some of the other Halloween-themed cosmetics, but you're getting Groot and some of those other Season 5 or 6
Graves
operators.
Graves, that's the first time you can get Graves since that Battle Pass, by the way.
Oh, wait, so have there been no skins for Graves this year?
Nope.
That's weird. I
don't even think of the Battle Pass either.
I don't understand that, though. I actually don't understand that. How, like... It's not like Graves wasn't in the campaign so that you see the Alejandro situation where you just don't get support for him. Graves was in the campaign.
Yeah, like
that's odd. That's really odd when you get another skin for him. Now that we're kind of reflecting on the cosmetics this year. But I think vault packs are great in the case that you're somebody that joined the life cycle late, missed out on a season or two, or you're somebody that maybe had a battle pass, didn't get to finish it, missed out on some skins. Vault packs are there for you. And it's also, again, the end of Modern Warfare for the time being for at least 2-3 years. So it's cool to catch up on some cosmetics you might have missed out on if you're somebody that, somebody that cares about bundles. Man's too busy announcing Warzone. Literally, dude. Literally. That's definitely something. Q in chat asked, "How are you going to cover MP campaign and zombies all at once?" That's a lot, champ. So that's kind of been my niche since at least Black Ops 4. I'm a person that loves covering everything, and over the years, I've tried really hard to expand on how that variety content gets covered, right? At one point, it was just videos. Then, we threw more streams in there. Then we got shorts. Then we have the podcast to discuss all of it. And then Detonated came to be about a year and some change ago, where now there's articles, in sync with my content, tweets that Majority runs on the Detonated Twitter. Like, I absolutely am a sucker for covering everything whenever possible. I think it makes content more fun. It ensures there isn't a lot of burnout covering just one mode. And I don't know, like, it's just my opinion, but I think if I was covering just one mode, I'd be like, man, I'm really enjoying playing this other content from a different mode. It just sucks I can't really cover it because my audience is just focused on that one mode. Like, I wouldn't want to be in that position where I just feel like I'm limiting what I could cover on YouTube or wherever just because my audience is particular on one mode. I love being able to, expand, branch out a bit, have multiple audiences from different modes all kind of come together to celebrate a new season or to celebrate, some new content. I love that approach for sure.
We manage covering everything.
Yeah. It's it definitely could come with its obstacles, right? For example, the launch of Black Ops 6, depending on if the New Zealand trick works out or not. We'll see how that comes into play, but that's if you don't get striked for also playing early or streaming early. But it'll be a case where I know for me, I'm going to focus on campaign, get all that done first, then jump to zombies. Then after all that's said and done, move on to like grinding MP, leveling up weapons, getting camos. But zombie only creators are obviously going to zombies, but they're probably going to miss campaign. Multiplayer or Warzone sweats are probably going to focus on leveling up guns. They're not going to play campaign or zombies. So everybody has their preference with how they're going to do it. But for me, I'm kind of prioritizing the modes I didn't get to play yet for BO6 and then kind of going from there. And I know Mr. Fajardi here probably will be in sync with me doing campaign stuff, but then we'll also be managing all the, launch is going to be crazy. Launch is going to be wild. Things are going to be found, zombies and multiplayer, Easter eggs. We have our Detonated team, some writers, some other folks that play. They'll be, supplying us with information, content, screenshots, footage if needed.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy. It's a team effort for sure.
You'll probably be on campaign, but we have a whole bunch of people on the back end that's going to be on every other mode.
Yeah,
especially me tweeting out anything
from everybody,
anything and everything under the sun. Yeah,
that's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, but
for sure, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, let's wrap up with some funny comments this week, chat. We got some who are these people comments. There's been a lot to get through over the last week. Quite a few questionable comments, so let's get right into that. Who are these people? All right, so as you can see here, chat, your voice just makes me want to slap you, bro. I F with the videos though. That's crazy, man. I mean, I don't control the voice that I have. I was born with it. So apologies for that. The person with the Hades crossbar clip literally admitted in your Twitter post that he was hacking. Is that true, by the way?
I don't know. I actually have no idea.
Because you found it off Reddit, right? You found the clip on Reddit. There was no context about hacking.
No, it was on Twitter.
Oh, it was on Twitter. Okay. And there was no context about hacking, and you posted it. I know it went viral. That's hilarious. I again, chat. If we ever find out somebody was cheating in the clip, I'm sure we'd be clear about that. If we just don't know, we just don't know. It's the same thing as whether it's videos or tweets. We find something on the internet. We try to credit whoever it was from, or we talk about who it was from. If that ends up being wrong and it was like, oh, that person got it from a chain of other people, like, we're humans. We're not always going to know. Bro, you pooped on Smixie. I know you're not the best or very competitive in Warzone, but you pooped on them in Area 99. Definitely staying tuned. This is a funny comment because she actually came up to me at Next and told me about this. I thought it was hilarious. Like, I ended up getting a pretty cool clip against like her and her team, Area 99. Had a great time. I was playing against some of the best. All these players were great, so it was definitely a challenge, getting some good gameplay. But I'm proud of the footage I was able to get of every mode. It was a lot of fun playing against a lot of these people. And there goes my mouse again. So you know what's funny? I had a mouse issue on my other PC, and I'm having one on this PC, which is funny. So it's time to replace all the mice in this house, man. Used to be a somewhat up-and-comer, an okay up-and-comer. Now he's just a sellout with a big head. Literally face cams his gameplay like no other. All that for acted dough money, though, right? What, like, dude, what is going on here? It's funny how people don't know you would have to say this is paid advertisement if you were getting paid. Hope this one makes the next podcast. This is a great reply because yes, to confirm for people, if I was being paid to advertise something or paid to say something, I need to disclose that very carefully and precisely in the video, or else I would get sued. So I think that the fact the FTC changed that a couple years ago is actually a good thing, so that you always will know if something is being sponsored or paid for. Just to be clear on that. Get to the point. Too much talk, not about topic. I forgot which video this was on, but I'm like, use timestamps, dude. And then someone say he needs to yap for 10 minutes to get paid more. Dude, people are just insane, man, on YouTube these days. Again, my video structure is like long form news segment, timestamps with topics. Use it as you please. Game hasn't even come out yet, and every day there's a Black Ops 6 video. Just recently, there have been some MW3 videos, but besides that, most vids have been Blop 6 since Season 4, but mostly Season 5. Activists must be really happy with DK. Can you just break that down for me real quick? A Call of Duty-focused channel talking about the new Call of Duty. Wow! Shocker, dude.
This guy has really cracked the code. He really figured it out.
Oh, bro. Thank God the replies were pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. Yeah, they're pretty funny.
That's crazy. YouTubers making vids on the upcoming COD. That's insane. Oh no, YouTubers making vids of an upcoming COD as if this hasn't been happening for 17 years. The absolute horror. That's funny. This one also took me by surprise. Somebody commented on my Modern Warfare 2 ranked rewards video from a year ago, asking if they got removed. I think that's kind of crazy because I'm like, dude, you're like 7, 8, 9 seasons behind on ranked rewards. Yeah, they get reset every season for the most part. And ranked is no longer in MW2 anyway. It's MW3. I understand you get paid to make vids about COD, but you need to stop coming up with excuses for billion-dollar companies. They had 4 years. There's literally no excuse. Why the extra dev time if they're going to take maps from MW3? I feel like this guy just doesn't get it, man. Like, it's such like a surface-level understanding of what probably is going on if the rumor is even true, man. It's like people just don't get it, dude. It's crazy. Let's see. There goes the mouse again. The Shadow Man looks like DK. Okay.
Oh, awesome.
Damn, I just earlier as DK fell off, probably the first one. This is a comment within like a second of a short going live. I think that's crazy. But okay. This is a comment on my Gauntlet guide from Classified Black Ops 4. This came out 2 days ago. This comment. Unfortunately, now DK is an Activision shill and what the kids call a yapper. Pretty sad. What? Like, this is like, this guy went to a Gauntlet guide, brother. This is what, 2019? That is fucking
that's
Classified. DEFCON 5. Banger name for a Gauntlet, by the way. Hey, bring Gauntlets back, man. I'll be one of a few people to get that sticker. I love covering those. That was fun a couple years ago. And yeah, that really rounds it up with comments this week. Pretty funny ones that I did not expect. But yeah, any last minute comments, questions, concerns in chat? Feel free to drop them. I'll love to see what you guys are thinking. How's that poll looking, by the way? How's that poll looking?
I can't see it. So
let's see.
Oh, here it is.
MW3 is just beating MW2 by about 12%. Yeah. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, man. Yeah, I mean, it kind of comes down to what we were saying earlier, right? If you have a preference of, boss fights, that style content, you're probably going with last year. If you're just somebody that's like, hey, I want to play long matches, level up my guns, and just have freedom to do whatever in a sandbox, like, you're probably going with this year. But you could also have judged the Haunting based on, like, the collaborations, the battle pass, the maps, the weapons. I was thinking earlier, I'm like, hey, Plunder is typically the mode people go into to level up their weapons, right? Or long modes like that in Warzone.
Yeah.
What do you think about a sandbox LTM being permanent for Warzone eventually, where that would be the mode people go into to just do their thing, instead of then seeing people jump into multiplayer or Resurgence or wherever to level up their guns and get their challenges done? What do you think about that idea? Or would they never do a permanent sandbox like that the last 2 hours? What do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, I'd love if they kept something like that not only would serve as a sandbox just to go in and have fun, but also get updated to actually do some, do things every week in it, or every, big event every season, or something to do with it, right?
Right.
That'd be awesome if they did that. I don't see a problem with it. Especially when Plunder is pretty much already pretty much like that, except a little bit shorter and more objective based, I'd say. But
definitely,
yeah, Purgatory put the foot in the door for some very exciting things, hopefully, in the future.
100% did. I'll tell you what, something that's still, I believe, unsolved, unless this is just nothing, and there's a simple explanation to this. Something that happened, I know I made you laugh, live on stream, was we're sitting here playing Purgatory, and in 2 different matches on stream, a nuke just goes off. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Wait.
Yeah, wait. I'm like, I don't know what triggered it. And here's what happened, right? Everyone in my chat kept saying, oh, it's because the game ended. I'm like, we just spawned in. The game was out. We were in match for like 4 minutes or 5 minutes. So how did and then I know there's another match where we were in maybe for like 30 minutes and then the nuke happened. What triggered the nuke? I'm guessing it has to be some type of scare package bonus, like RNG. Yeah. You can get out like a detonator or something and it just calls in a nuke. Like no one's doing Champion's Quest in Purgatory. It's not possible. So I understand if like, okay, you're in the match for an hour or two and a nuke goes off to kind of get you out, to clean the server up. I get that, but that's not what happened in our matches. So I'm like, what happened? Is there an Easter egg reward for triggering a nuke in Purgatory? I would love to see that, but that was just a nice surprise to see. Or is it just completely random? Could one just go off at complete random points of a match? It's to me unsolved right now. But then again, maybe it is just fully random in every match that you play, because if there was like a trigger or a quest to do it, wouldn't that have been found already? It's been a couple days, right? You know, people have called it in, so, or one has gone off, so maybe somebody would have already posted that on Twitter or Reddit or some other place. But I'll leave you guys with that, chat. There could be something going on with the nuke and Rebirth, separate from Champion's Quest. Still crazy to see kind of a big culmination of everything in the last year and some change with Warzone, right? DMZ mercs, you know, our arcade type multiplayer modifiers and updates. Like all that is combined here with the Purgatory mode of Rebirth Island. It's absolutely crazy. Just a mesh of everything that you can think of. It's possible to AFK in Purgatory, so I think it's random to wipe the AFK players. Yeah, but the thing is, the game ends, though. You have to get out of the game after that. So maybe like,
stop AFKing.
so maybe if the game determines there's too many AFK players, it'll nuke it. That'd be kind of funny. You do get booted pretty quick. But yeah, last minute little comments here. What would you guys do if a camo? What would you do if a camo mixer like the one that leaked, or a camo similar to the one just shadow dropped? Want challenges? What challenges do you think would be good to unlock at a camo mixer? That sounds like
it would get every single mastery camo. That would probably be the requirement. I think to mix the camos.
That, or maybe that's too much to ask for, though. You know, the ultra mastery grind that exists after you get all the camos. Like I know Lego was just talking about this on a stream the other day. Like getting the Exo Master camos is like 10% of that grind. The other 90% is you have to get thousands of kills with that weapon afterwards. You have to get like, I think was it 500 with gold, 1,000 with platinum, so-and-so with poly, so-and-so with Orion. Thousands of kills. I think it's what says it 7,000 or 9,000 kills or something with all like across the board, all the camos on that one weapon. And that's considered mastery for that gun. So I'm thinking that's probably too much to ask for. Nobody would ever get this, but imagine ultra mastery on every single gun in the game. You get a camo mixer, but it's like at that point, it took the whole year to do that. And you get to use that feature for a few months and the next game comes out. So I don't know. I think what Fajari said is better. Just getting all the mastery camos would make sense. I think it's possible.
Accessible.
Yeah. Make it accessible. Well, let me see what else we got here. Are you going live tomorrow? Tomorrow's what, Saturday? I forgot. I've lost track of what day we're on already. I'll see when I'm live again. I'll probably be live Tuesday or Wednesday with some more haunting grind. And I know there's the Daryl Dixon XP event starts Wednesday. Week after that is the Candy Hunt collection event, and then a week from there will be the Rewind event. That's sad, man. That's the end. That's officially the sunset for MW3.
Yep.
Crazy. But I think that's just about everything. Are you going to try zombie guides for fun? I actually do guides as often as I can. I love doing guides. I think I'll try to do, the most reasonable guides for BO6 zombies as far as like time sensitive ones. Like if I beat the campaign and then there's stuff that I'm really behind on, I'll probably prioritize other stuff that hasn't been covered yet. But for the most part, I'm hoping that the New Zealand trick is allowed. Play campaign through that and then kind of jump into zombies when everybody else does with the global release and then start hunting the Easter eggs. I'm praying as well there's like a lock on the Easter eggs. Make them go live like 12 hours after launch so that we could have time to breathe for a second before we're dealing with, main quest hunts and all this and all that, I'm hoping that that's the case. Hell said the ultimate weapon is team. # detonated. I almost forgot that was the tagline of Modern Warfare 2. That was Fajardi's favorite for sure. Definitely his favorite. But no, hey, I agree with that for Detonated. The ultimate weapon definitely is team, man. You know, it's not possible to do everything alone unless you get no sleep and have no social skills or no, responsibilities IRL, right? Then you can do everything. But having a team is definitely very, very important. And I almost forgot, dude, what are your thoughts on that Mastercraft coming with the entity? That is insane. That ultra skin.
It looks awesome. You get the Deadshot can, you start drinking it. It's very cool.
I saw a few comments saying, "Oh, it kind of takes away from the free STG one," and I'm like, "Not really." Yeah, in a perfect world, could that one have been the reward for beating the boss fight, or what was it for again? Was it? I can't even remember.
Echo.
Entity's Echo, yeah, the Entity's Echo in the Elder Rift. Yeah, in a perfect world, that would have been a crazy reward for free. But we're grateful to still see insane animated blueprint like the STG with tracers. I think any free tracer blueprint's already a plus. So in a perfect world, yep, this Bal 27 one could have been it or free, but it's a bundle. It's an ultra skin. You can still use it when BO6 integrates in Warzone. So I definitely think that's a must for any hardcore zombies fan. Haven't bought too many bundles in Modern Warfare 3, but I'm looking forward to kind of maybe getting into maybe reviewing or covering more bundles with the Black Ops 6 season. But yeah, that is just about it, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody that tuned in today. Fun episode, kind of recapping everything that happened with the Season 6 Haunting update. Went over just about everything that we could. I think from here on out, the next few episodes will be pretty centric around the guests that we have on, talking more about Black Ops 6. We'll still be discussing MW3 where needed. But yeah, it's been a hell of a year with Bombshell covering MW3. Looking forward to Bombshell coverage of Black Ops 6. With that being said, thank you all for the lovely support, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.